Okay, everybody, I am on Heil School Road making a stop here. This is the first time I've ever been here to see the black-bellied whistling duck that is here, and as it happens, it's in view. So, good luck to us. Let me just get everything up and running. Quiet, Ferris. What is that noise? So this is a black-bellied whistling. It just whistled, I think. First time I've ever seen one. It's been reported on eBird for actually at least a couple weeks. And this is the first I've ever seen one, so I thought I might consider trying to see it today. I don't know if it's super sharp. It's not very, very close. It's not very far either, but it's not very close to us. Let me see if I can... have a little bit of heat shimmer, I would say, so I'm not getting quite as sharp a look as I would have hoped for, but that's not bad. So this area seems to be on either side of the road here, a couple of ponds, I guess, and a lot of dead trees in them, especially on the other side of the road. And that's okay as far as I'm concerned. And I looked away when I believe I heard the whistling of the duck. Oh, there's a harrier, a northern harrier, just flew in and out of my view over to our left. And it kind of startled some of the waterfowl that are, and here's the harrier again. And you know, I'm on my my setup here is not meant for following birds, certainly not while I'm in the car. But so again, black-bellied whistling duck. There had been some at Montezuma, but I haven't seen any reports of them, and I failed to see them the day that they were, I believe, still around. But this one has been here right along for at least a couple weeks, I believe. I don't know if anyone had seen it or reported it anyway, you know, today, but we're here now and we're seeing it, and it's good to see. Aren't many people tuned in right now. Oh, the harrier just flew. I was hoping it would land in a tree, but no. There are other birds here, other waterfowl, and we can take a look at them as best we can with this setup. Again, this setup is really meant for longer distances. That looks like a mallard. I thought I had seen also maybe some wood ducks. There's a wood duck in the foreground. Looks like a mallard behind it, I believe, unless it's possibly American black. I'm not sure. That looks like a teal, I guess. Maybe a green-winged teal, and that is a green-winged teal. So I'm going to be late starting in Ithaca, without a doubt. But I thought this was a worthwhile stop. Let me see. Again, I'm not really set for really looking around. I wanted to get my best possible look at the black-bellied whistling duck, and we'll go back to it in a moment. That looks like a common gallinule in the background and a wood duck in the foreground. Wood ducks there, beautiful. They're in breeding colors. Female in the back there. You can, for me, a big, indicator for her is her ring around her eye, the white eye ring. And I say it's a big indicator. What I mean is even sometimes when I don't have a great view of one in the distance and I'm not sure what it is, sometimes that eye ring really will help me say, okay, that is in fact a wood duck. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the black-bellied whistling duck if I can find it again. Oh, I think I see it even with the naked eye. I was lucky. I've never been here before, so I didn't even know where to look. And sure enough, hold on, let me get my bearings here if I can. There it is. And sure enough, I looked around with binoculars quickly, and there it was. Notice the pink foot and leg. The gray head, but with the black stripe on it, and I don't know if really haven't been able to see the black belly yet. Hopefully it'll wake up again for us. So again, if you're just tuning in, and I don't believe many people are tuned in, but if you're just tuning in, we're looking at a black-bellied whistling duck, the first one I've ever seen. They're not known to be in this area normally. We've also seen some wood ducks, maybe a mallard or two, and a common gallinule. I did see a northern harrier. Oh, we saw some green-winged teals as well. I did see a northern harrier, but I never had it on camera. If you think about it, that phrase, on camera, is really kind of silly. I mean, not that I'd mind, but if it landed on my camera, I'd be, I don't know. So just looking around here, I'm not seeing much else. I did try to send out a notice on MeWe that I was live. I'm hearing a blue jay in the distance. And again, looks like I'm going to be late in getting back to Ithaca, just because I'm here. I would say the mallard that just swam by looks larger overall. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope it turns here more. Yeah, look at that beautiful, beautiful duck. Again, black-bellied whistling duck. You can see some of that black belly. Not a black breast, but a black belly. And again, I've wanted to see one ever since I really started hearing about them on, on eBird, from the eBird notices. So I'm very grateful to be getting this look now. We're not super close to it, but we're close enough for, I would say, a decent look. I've seen some of the looks that some people have posted on eBird, and they're usually it looks like what they're able to capture are distant shots, but we're getting I think a decent look here. I'm not an expert on them. I haven't really researched them, but they're not common to the area, although apparently they are spreading a little bit. They're more in the southeast, I would say, and maybe into Mexico. I don't remember. On the other side of the pond, of the road, there's another pond. I don't know if they're actually linked underneath the road or not by any kind of, any kind of a waterway of any sort. But let me look around there while you're looking at that beautiful duck. I see some smaller birds. I'm not able to identify them, quite honestly. They're not very close. They're not really tiny, but I mean, they were flying around, and I don't know where they are now. Oh, sorry. So again, we're looking at a black-bellied whistling duck. I've got my, more powerful setup with a narrower, field of view. So that's why we're getting a decent look, but this isn't really the best setup for looking around. Let's go quickly to some of the wood ducks again, as best I can. I don't know if I dare get out and get the tripod out. I don't think I should. In a way, I'd like to, but I just, even though we're not very close, I'd be hesitant because I don't want to scare everybody away. So there are wood ducks here, and I showed them already, but some of you may have just tuned in. Male and female. We did see green-winged teals earlier also. And I did see a northern harrier. I just heard a robin. We see wood ducks fairly often. We saw some today in Montezuma. We even saw some last week at Sapsucker Woods. But, their coloring is just amazing. Looks like we have an adult male, and is that an immature? male? Looks like it. Unless it's a non-breeding plumage issue. Let me just take a look with binoculars of the whistling duck. Still like it was. Okay. What time is it? I just want to make sure I don't get... Okay, it's almost 5:15. So, I don't want to spend too much more time here, but then I've got to make my way back to Ithaca. It'll take a little while, and then we'll start up from there when we can. We've also seen a mallard, or at least one, and who is that? And like I said, green-winged teals. It's a mallard there, I believe, and a teal. More teals. Mallard. Whistling duck. Black-bellied whistling duck. And who knows, if they become common enough, maybe at some point we'll be seeing them regularly. I don't know, but it may be a while before they are that common and coming up here all the time. So I thought it might be a good idea if, while it isn't, and I didn't even know if it was seen today, and I checked on eBird on my way here, and it didn't look like it was seen here today, but, I don't know if I'll report it or not, but at least someone has seen it. When I was signing off at Montezuma, I said, I may have another stop, and this is the stop. Thank goodness for GPS. Like I said, I've never been here before. Until this, the wood duck, or the black-bellied whistling duck showed up, I don't believe I had ever even heard of this location before. Wouldn't mind seeing it swim a little bit or something, but I'm grateful to be able to see it like this today. I believe that other foot has been up the whole time that I've been here. Forgive me, it's hard to get things steady and in focus given my setup and focusing on exactly what I want to focus on. So we'll be here just a few more moments, I think, and then I'm going to go. I was just hoping for it to either move around or something a little bit more. So again, if you're just joining us, we're looking at a black-bellied whistling duck. Something we've never seen before on the tour. I've never seen before in my life. And I'm feeling fortunate to have this opportunity. I was afraid I might not find it, or there might be an issue with lighting or something. But this is actually this is good. We're under somewhat cloudy skies, actually, not really bad, and it doesn't look like it's threatening rain. But so we're getting a pretty decent look, like I said. Beautiful duck. And you might say, okay, enough already, you've looked at it. Well, again, this is a first for me, so I'm grateful. There's a mallard to the left. I don't want to go to it, but looking at it with binoculars, it does seem to be a larger bird than does the black-bellied whistling duck. It's very peaceful and quiet here. And it's not like there's a lot of actual bird activity. So it is getting late, so I'm going to get going pretty soon, maybe just another few minutes. So it's been standing on that 1 foot the whole time I've been here, rather than 2 feet. And I have not seen it swim. It's only been there the whole time, so I'm not complaining. Not at all. I just hope when I start my car back up, I hope I don't startle anybody. Just checking in on the chat room. You know, I see the question. You're wondering, Max, where it's headed. Who knows? I mean, you know, you wonder sometimes why a bird is up here, or over here, I should say, that's, you know, so far off course. You know, when we saw, although I didn't see it, you know, if there were, for instance, yellow-headed blackbirds, one or two, in the Montezuma area. I mean, they're from the West Coast. Or back in the winter, you know, you may recall I posted a video of a varied thrush, another bird from the West Coast. What was it doing all the way over in New York State? Who knows? How to get there? Why is it there? Where's it going? I don't know. So with this bird, this black-bellied whistling duck, you have to wonder, yes, where is it going? Why is it here? I just hope it's, you know, all I care about is, you know, two things. I hope it's okay, and I hope it's going to be okay. We'll be here just a couple more minutes. We'll see if it moves around a bit for us a little, just to give us different views or whatever. Now, we saw it go in the water, obviously. It's been here for weeks. I don't know if it's ever left, you know, for short periods of time. I mean, they've been reporting it here. It was reported yesterday, but I mean, I remember reading about it in eBird weeks ago. We were still, you know, we were still walking, along in the restricted areas at Knox Marcellus. That was weeks ago, you know, and I don't remember if it was. Don't remember if it was the very last week when we tried to do it and didn't because of the conditions, or what. I mean, it's been a few weeks since we did that, and you know, this duck has been reported here since then. Even 1 or 2 days before that at least. And there had been 4 reported at, you know, in the main pool, you know, surrounded by Wildlife Drive. But we never saw them, and I don't know if they were there when we were there. But we may have a hard time doing everything I still want to do today just because we're running out of time. But, you know, we don't see these every day, and it's nice to have a look while we have the opportunity. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit, just maybe we'll see some detail. This battery in this camera is dying, surprisingly. So I've lightened it up just so we can see some detail, but we can see the black underparts that start, you know, not going, you know, not into the breast, but just the belly and the underparts towards the tail. It's all black there and dark. So I'm glad we're getting this view actually also, even though it's, you know. I don't know what they feed on, but obviously it looks like a vegetation thing, and it's not, you know, it's not feeding quite like a mallard, but it's got its head underneath, and it's maybe digging for something, or I don't know if it's vegetation, or maybe it's something else that it digs for. I have no idea. You know, our timing was right. If I had seen just this view, maybe if I didn't look closely, I wouldn't notice, and I'd think, oh well, you know, I missed it. Could say it kind of has a, I mean, it has that distinctive black stripe on the, you know, on the top of its head. Would I have noticed that? I don't know. Maybe not with binoculars. You can see it does look a little smaller. That's a mallard, I believe, to the right. So it does look a little smaller. Okay, so I think it's time I got going. I was glad to get this view. Well, hold on. It's going to move around. Oh, it is? Wow. I don't know if it was a perspective issue, but it seemed a lot smaller there compared to the mallard, which may actually even be behind it. I would love if the black-bellied whistling duck would swim in front of the mallard, just to help with comparison. Then again, that's a mallard, and that looks smaller too somehow. So anyway, this is a bird that we've never seen before on the tour. Some of you may have seen one yourselves, but you know, for me it's something out of the ordinary. Okay, it's feeding, and I think it's time I got going. I think I'm going to probably be in Ithaca around 6 o'clock or 6:15, somewhere around there. I don't know exactly how long it'll take me to get back. It's going to take some time, and then to get set up and everything for a walk. So it's going to be, we're pushing it in terms of the schedule. But anyway, this was a treat to see. And I don't know if it's going to move around much more and it'll give us any different views. It's nice to see it feeding at least. And I'm glad we got the views that we did. Alright everybody, I'll see you in a little while.